Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Pat with Like Attracts Like Evolution Mentorships. I am a mindfulness and mindset mentor, and I help people expand their consciousness and break free from unwanted patterns, situations, or behaviors in their life. And today we're going to talk about one of the most powerful ways to do that. We're going to talk about what shadow work is, how we can use shadow work to actually make huge improvements in our lives, and how to actually find that space, that clarity, that peace that can exist when you actually are able to let go of your past and exist in a moment where you are deliberately focused on what you want to create without any blocks to the process. Stick around. We're diving in deep when we come back. So what is shadow work and why is it important? Shadow work is essentially the type of energetic work that a human being can do where we can revisit traumatic or unwanted experiences from our past and form a new relationship with the versions of us that experienced them. As you go about your life and you're navigating this world in the first phase of your unconscious process, you are meeting up with certain people and experiences and situations that cause you to ask deeper questions about who you really are and who you feel you need to be in order to be accepted or to be loved or to be validated in the world. And what will happen is the parts of us that we deem not presentable to society through whatever experiences we have made that conclusion, we will push those parts down into us and act a different way in the world to try to get the result of being loved and being accepted and being worthy. So what's happening is the energy of this rejection, the energy of this shame, the energy of this unwanted expression of us to us builds and it builds and it builds. And if we ignore it, again, it's in the shadow, it's not in the light of our awareness and our consciousness. If we ignore it, it will go about its business, creating and manifesting itself inside of your current scenario, inside of your life, until you look at it, until you shine the light of your awareness on that shadow. So essentially, if you weren't picked on the playground when you were little, on the podcast today, I actually talked about a story where I could remember my first experience in what I now understand is the creation of this shadow version of me, where I didn't think anything was wrong. Everything was fine. I was pretty happy-go-lucky kid. And there was a new kid in school. I had a very small class, and a new kid comes into school. And my friends at the time were talking to that new student, and I went over to go play and say, hey, and how are you? And introduce myself. And they gave this look we don't hang out with him. Now, yes, they did, but with this new person, no, we don't hang out with him. And they moved away. And it was the first time that I was ever what's wrong with me? What? I'm probably 9 in this scenario, but what's wrong with me? What happened? Why don't my friends want? And at that age, or most of these ages, you can't really tell or figure out what's happening. But I knew that I had to change something to be accepted. I just didn't know what it was. So I started to figure out what I thought it might be and push those character traits and those expressions of me down. And I started being less funny, less kind of like myself. I started pushing that down into the shadows and trying to act like I was somebody else to get love or validation from somebody. Now, this one expression that I'm recalling now, there were multiple of them, as I'm sure you can also recall in your life. They started to build and build and build so much energy and pressure that the character that I was acting as in the world, it kept getting sabotaged by the versions of me that were trying to get attention and come out to the light to be accepted, not by the world, but by me. They were waiting to be accepted by me. And that was the journey. That's the journey that we go on in this awakening. We push certain parts of us down because we don't believe we're lovable or worthy. And we go out in the world to try to act a role, to try to get that love and validation, instead of understanding that we are the one that needs to give the love and the validation back to ourselves. You are the source. We are the source of all of this. The illusion is that we can go out into the world and create the feeling that we think we lack. But the world is simply a reflection of who you believe you are. So if you believe you're unlovable and you push down all of those unwanted parts of you into the shadow of your being, then you're showing yourself that you don't believe you are lovable. The world is going to show you that lack of love back for you. And you will just paradoxically continue to go out in the world to try to gain that love, not realizing that you are the source of it. So shadow work is essentially the understanding that you are the source, and you can go back and revisit these experiences in your life, and you can heal those parts of you by reforming the relationship with the versions of you that went through it. because the versions of you that went through it are still suffering incessantly. Before I was able to do this work on myself, that 9-year-old version of me that didn't fit in the playground was still suffering. It didn't understand what happened. It didn't understand that that situation led to a greater awakening where I was able to embody the fullness of who I am and use that to help millions of people all over the world. That version of me didn't know that that was a thing until I went back and actually reformed this relationship. So I want to explain not just what it is, but how it works and how it can help you. So I'm going to move over to the whiteboard over here. All right, so we talked a little bit about what shadow work is, and now I want to explain to you how it actually works. So this right here is a timeline you've probably seen often if you are not new to the channel. If you are new to the channel, then I would love to explain it. So this is essentially your timeline here, your physical life in humanity, you living your life from childhood all the way until right now. So here it is right now. This right here is going to be the example of the vibrational consciousness scale, essentially the mood that you are able to find yourself in based on how blocked or resistant you are to the moment for whatever reason inside of your story. Shadow work, or the shadow of us, prevents us from being in our highest frequency or vibration, if you will, because it represents our attachment to unwanted experiences, traumatic events, or things that we don't believe best represent who we want the world to see we are. If we attach to those things, or if we don't form a relationship with the versions of us that went through those things, then we hold that energetically in our space now. And you only create from now, this moment. There has never, ever been anything other than this moment now. So this right here represents your creation arc, if you will, what you're putting out into the world and what you can expect to see and attract back to you. It's going to be dictated based on how you feel here, what frequency you are at. So what we want to do is we want to be able to go and revisit those experiences in a very safe place, a very safe space, a very meditative way, so that you can resolve the issues that you had with the versions of yourself that were still essentially suffering. So here is shadow example number one. Now, again, you can go back in your life and pick whatever events are coming to you. If you don't have any, I suggest journaling or automatic writing, where you just sit down and you actually start the inner inquiry process of asking yourself what blocks you have and why. What events do you have continuously coming up in your life that you're finding it difficult to resolve or move through or beyond? These versions of me and you are still existing in this timeline infinitely in your conscious experience, in your subconscious mind. From this moment, in a meditative state or place, you can actually go back consciously to this experience. You can actually go back and reset the scene, repaint the picture, follow what's happening through your awareness. Watch what's happening to the character in the play, to you. I will watch me walk up to these kids and to the new kid and just innocently introduce myself. I can see it. I can feel how happy I was. And then I can also see and feel them moving away, the rejection that I felt, the lack of acceptance, the lack of love, the confusion, the fear, the shame. I can feel it all in this meditative place. And after it is done, you want to let the scene play out. You don't want to interrupt the scene. You don't want to intervene or stop or say anything to the kids. You want to let it play out exactly the way that it played out in reality. And then what you want to do is you want to call this version of you over to you. I would call this version over to me in the playground, in wherever you are, and I would sit down and have another conversation with this version of me, because this version of me was pulling the strings of my adult life for most of my adult life, trying to get me to get other people to validate me and feel worthy. Now, this is one example of many, but it is a powerful one that I can recall, and it would continue to come up until I resolved it. It would literally, because I pushed it down and didn't want to acknowledge it, I was still going out in the world to try to get love and validation and acceptance from this one experience of not knowing what happened. Now, this was probably a result of something that happened back here in my family life, trying to get validation from my father. Like, it's a constant expression of us going out into the world to get that which we think we lack, because we're shown in the world examples of that lie multiple times until we break out of the matrix and realize that all of these shadow versions were just the expression of us believing we were something that we weren't. And that thing that we believed that we weren't is not valuable. You were always valuable. You were always worthy. So how does this work? What is the point? If you can get yourself to accept and acknowledge that you are the source of your worthiness, you are the source of love, you are the source of validation for you, then you can release the outside world from needing to be the source of that for you anymore. Remember, all of these different versions, needing the outside world to be the source, needing the outside world to be the source, needing the outside world to be the source, repeating itself over and over again until it ultimately falls apart enough that you dive deep enough to know that you are the source. Now, from that powerful place, you can revisit the shadows. You can revisit these experiences, and you could sit down and have these conversations. And the resolution state is them understanding, these versions of me and you, understanding that you are now the person that they were looking for. And then they will stop the search in the world for that person because they now understand that you are saying that you are it. And now here's the last little bonus part. If you are saying you are it, and you are going back to these versions of you and convincing them to resolve this issue between the two of you. And I am telling you that I'm not going to let anyone else let me feel off about myself. I'm not going to let anyone else tell me that I'm unworthy. I'm not going to let anyone else, ever make you feel this way again. They won't trust you. They don't trust you yet. So this is where the most important part comes. Releasing these parts of the shadow and setting a new expectation and resolving the relationship here will raise your frequency in the world. And you will begin attracting and creating and experiencing things from a different vibration, if you will, a different level. So what is going to happen is you're going to have to continue to show up as this every day and every moment that you can, being as easy on yourself as you can to build trust with these other versions of you. So the more that you can get these other experiences in your shadow on board with you and letting them know that you are the one that you said you came here to be, then this energy, the wholeness of the shadow will dissipate and you will live in a higher frequency more consistently and attract to you more insight, more intelligence from infinite wisdom, whatever you want to call it. You will be guided more closely to your inner intuition, and you'll be able to make incredible changes and create existing or amazing results in your life. So to sum this up, remember, sit down, find a safe space. You don't want to be interrupted during something like this. You want to make sure that the setting is really, really powerful and that you are in a place where you feel safe enough to go back to something that you've been avoiding for a really, really long time. Revisit and re-experience the event that you have been called to go back to. Whatever that might be for you, however many of them there might be, I feel it's best to do one at a time. So go back, revisit that experience and let it play out. Don't intervene. Again, don't get involved. Let it play out. Wait till it's over. Wait till you can see you in that place, in that space, experiencing the emotion that you are looking to release. Then enter into the scene, resolve the issue, and reaffirm to that version of you that you are now the one who is here and that they didn't suffer for nothing, that there is a purpose to their pain. Because again, they're suffering infinitely without understanding the purpose to their pain. You might be thinking it doesn't make any sense. Why would I have to go back if I'm being it now? Why would I have to go back and show these versions of me that I'm it? Don't they know they are me? And the answer is no. These versions of our experiences before this now, they are existing on their own timeline, suffering to the degree that we have resolved our issues with them. So that's why shadow work is so important. That's why this can truly release the blocks that we experience every single day from our unconscious. It all begins with asking the questions of what's holding me back, what's preventing me from moving forward, and how can I be my greatest version? What is calling me forward and what's preventing me from reaching that state? And the answer will always be something contained in your shadow that is looking to be healed, transformed, or released. And with that, I leave you. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. Until next time, have an amazing day, a wonderful night, and I'll see you then.